The last 10 we talk about Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority. The thing about Sierra Leone Safety Authority and these laws where they want for implement, anybody who you ask inside the road safety, it gets your interpretation. Now, yeah, we play the clip of the program we then do na SLBC. We all hear waiting and say it. Then tell we say the maximum fines them. That for 400,000 you will be they read. They say that the maximum fines them. But it is to the discretion of the traffic cop. It is to indiscretion. How you behave to ram. But they are family unabi. Don't forget not to show where abile anaya not to show it happen. But now I don't find out to say the interpretation is based on who that you ask. And I remember Victor Mengot who out na that day for that program day, himself be raised concern about the interpretation. Say everybody they interpret them in a different way. Even the press release where they pull the public notice. It did they say if you tint your motorcar, you go get fine. Unless Sierra Leone police approve them. I saw them put. I look for them quick. We don't deal with now the driving and smoking, driving and all these things. But anyway, you get a senior person in a road safety authority, Kaitonge, it be there 98.1. Do you allow we how this conversation be go? Because this case here, all man gets you. Now make the it depend on the traffic cop we go meet in the street. Now so you arrest go there. Because if they want the wedding at the headquarter for explain them na trouble, then the one the way they issue the fine. No. But let we hear it quick, yeah. Let we hear it. This is like Kaitongi from Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority.
Place not only lost them, say previously we get the 1960 Road Traffic Regulation and we get the 1964 Road Traffic Act we will be the deal with. But because of emerging things then they will don't happen now, we believe say we'll be able to actually capture them for enhanced road safety. Stakeholders they be gathered for me to see how they will be able to review the laws that will be the due 1964 and 1960 Road Traffic Regulation. So we try for review them and we try for actually see how we will validate that document and we begin for able for put that into existence in 2011. All of the things that we and that law will be agreed on say more we enforce them, find steady way they actually try for improved on. For me, the system when once, for instance, the 1960 Act will be they make for me you pay 10 leons. Then now they don't tell you say when you don't get seatbelt, it was not that and seatbelt you say no be the part of her. For me, eat and drive, you drink, drunk and drive. These things we are not part of it. So when we are doing the review, we try for capture them and we give heavy fines there on now. With the notion say when once they caught somebody on that, they fine you, go serve as a deterrent. So they range from 100,000, for instance, if you ride bike, you don't get helmet. They hold you for actually not using crash helmet. They could give you 100,000 citation for it. For instance, if they drive, you know, fasten your seat belt. They can give you 400,000 because now in that law we will be agreeing or we put now the law say when you drive you not get seat belt. Now that law now that finding they forgive you for may serve as a deterrent. And a host of other things the way actually in a traffic laws them way we will all be agreeing on that thing. We will put now the act here so we you they see and the regulation. We now in with the enforce.
Now we can't talk about how far the authority don't go with the sensitization. Well, recently the topic when a different platform them that SLRSA don't count back. You know them way certain people now we are aware of. Way to people now recent law, but to una the law that been from 2011.
The laws there so not to new laws. Then a laws that will be done. We almost now 10, 11 years so they enforce them. And the laws there will enforce them because like I say, the laws they win a traffic laws them. So because the law they are there, for instance, somebody did eat and drive, it make you lose concentration. You they talk na phone, you they drive, you they lost concentration.
Into the area, I tell you say by the person now so. Now we listen and no more.
You get motor car where you not get effective with screen.
So that eat and drive still eat, for eat and drive as alone. Because you the lost concentration. Because the eat go so sweet you that you forget saying a road you did.
Wiper for it's an offense. And because our Road Safety Authority also say that thing they are so na thing the way na traffic laws the way they're very important. We go able to help save lives because you say when somebody they drive, bet up adventure involved into accident, therefore be disastrous. So now make we put under the laws and we make the fine very, very heavy. And when they hold you, the waiting in at the law, for instance, if you say at 250,000 is what you pay.
Okay. You say waiting in at the law, you say it's 250,000 what you pay. But inside the law, now maximum did maximum 9 days. So I think Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority una really get for familiar. It then on our website. That one will be they read now that they directly from the website, the lengthy one. It's a maximum. There is nothing there where they should say it's a specific amount. So, if the road safety cop in a street, a whole person, now the maximum he go get. But when them be there na SLBC, then tell we say not on a maximum. It based on waiting the traffic warden, how you behave to the traffic warden. It's there. Go back and go watch that video because I no need for playing again. Go watch him. He did it. He did it. But now they tell we say if he didn't have the law say 250, but the maximum they need at the law. All right, continue, sir.
Drink, you don't drunk and drive. They catch you. If you didn't have the law say it's 400,000, it's 400,000 you did.
But waiting then at the law na maximum, sir. Yeah.
Because all what we are doing, we get it done within the ambit of the law. We will enforce.
Another concern with people again are the issue of this authorized vehicle way for use tinted glass.
Yes, of course. They did have the law also that when you drive motor car, especially commercial vehicles, for tinter, because it will be transparent and for me to see what's in the inside it. The reason being, or even security background. Once a commercial way it work, anybody came in and say, take these goods for me. But when it's transparent, it makes it very, very easy for law enforcers for me to be able to see what's in another vehicle so that they will be able to check out. So that's basically the reason why the commercial vehicle specifically, for tinter.
Okay, as you rightly mentioned over the past year, some of the law that don't exist, but the enforcement are one people being concerned. But why now? What don't change with this time around? The same amount of huge enforcement on the law there.
The enforcement be done in place, and it has been very robust before this time. And how it be done there before this time, we still do them because we still say we want for seek compliance, and because we want for seek compliance, like for instance, this use of artificial light, not to just come on because. We see people they call FJ Kuza in this country. If they say this is a customized vehicle, I get them from America. But perhaps America not get that law. But Sierra Leone get that law in our law book. Say, for use that kind of light, because when you use a meet up taxi driver on a net and you actually penetrate that light to that taxi driver, there's every possibility say you not get foresee in vision and it go cause accident. And so because in our law, we the enforcer.
Another one also we are about now the one we get for do with neatness from motorcar driver the commercial to be specific.
Into drivers then for dress neat and the motorcar for clean.
This also not way if somebody drive taxi or any commercial motorcar, they say no, it's not crime.
Of course not crime, but how we they work, we assess for more we they establish and for more complement the effort of Sierra Leone police in traffic duties. And complementing the effort of Sierra Leone police in traffic duties, we got rules and responsibilities there. So there are certain offenses there of that nature. When we arrest, we call the police their attention because police get premise remind you over internal security of this country. So if you the driver, you the drive, for instance, we can't without due care and attention, dangerous driving. These are offenses we don't arrest drivers for, but we intercept you and we call the police. The police can now charge you to court for we they drive without due care and attention for other road users.
Okay, now SLRSA officers and they're out there for enforce their law there also. For somebody listening to this interview now, if you fall short of them difficult they are starting from the tinted glass and the neatness of motorcar drivers and for commercials and other stuff them, what are the leverage of fine? When are we finding people here?
For instance, seatbelt, you know, use them, you the drive. When it takes a feeling to fasten your seatbelt, it's 400,000.
That's not the maximum. Unless if una don't change and now say na 400,000 leons if you know use seatbelt. Again, SLRSA, I think una need for get a meeting, make una discuss this further before una say una they can popularize them. One set no go tell we say that's the maximum. And another set they tell we say now they find that one day. Unless if maximum means say now the final amount that one day then they fine you. Okay? You want into motorcar? You read this one. They say for commercial force, it's a no, you know 14th. You know 14th. You not private? Okay. You read this.
Yes.
So now, make watch at this one. We don't capture the attention of plenty people who are going for the authorized vehicle for be tinted. What not the fine if somebody tinting vehicle get tinted glass we not get authorized?
It's 250,000 leons. When they get you tinting motorcar, you don't get the authority for me you tinting motorcar.
It's saying now 250,000 leons if you tint your motorcar, we not supposed for tint them. I guess the one for see all man inside motorcar. I don't know if waiting that other part of AAA brain they think. Nah. But by the paper, they write they say 400,000 leons and police now for authorize you. But now, Mr. Kaitonge say now 250,000 leons. Who's what will forgo it? Now the holding at the website? Or now the one way I don't know. Okay. So for say nobody know 14 to.
They can also charge you 400,000 leons for it.
Then can also charge you 400,000 for it. You say 250, then why not just talk like how the other man be talk say? The maximum fine where you go pay na 400,000. That's it. Because if na so, una get for tell them man the way they enforce na street. Well, una don't make money done anyway. Because all this na for make money.
Because we get commercial vehicles, then we're different from also private vehicles. And the law also make provision say when you want for tinting motorcar for any purpose, commercial vehicle they are not actually given that leverage. But for private vehicles, if for Kana SLRSA, you can't tell you the purpose for why you want for
Okay,
that.
so
No, wait first, wait. Check no, wait. Mr. Kaitonge, again, I call you out on this because go now on our website. Una say police. na the website. Now you say na una for go to. Now the website is say police na go authorize if you for tint you motoka na salon. But now with the land from Mr. Kaitonge say na SLRSA you for go to for make them give you authority for make you tint you motoka. Well, you get for meet certain criteria. Certain criteria and then the way you get for meet. You wanna know which one?
Examine people will be authorized for things vehicle.
For instance, people we be say on security background based on the nature of the job where they do. We will look at and say people are no need for take cognizance of them always. We can allow them for things them car.
Based on the nature of your job where they do, where people are no need for the no say na you done they always, then can allow you for tint you motoka. Okay. Me, I dey talk for Tikipole. For me. Me motoka dey all. Depend on the state where I dey. If me, I drive motoka wey no tint, na car rental. Na car rental. Because wetin do? The sun, the rays of the sun, I don't want her. Even if not just the UV. Well, you know, sometimes you know they understand. The tint self, you get something where they make some tints, then they not even correct. Like mostly the one they do not this way, then they do not salon. Then I just black no more than just black it done. Then they not to say themselves now for stop the rays of the sun now your skin. Now make me my own tint self. As I carry and go. Because waiting do, I want the correct one. Salon one, salon get sun. I don't need that Sunday alter where they come on Sunday born me. Even though you say, you guys see for health wise self alone. Now I make every state get your own number. Depending on the state where they waiting at the number for that driver side, driver and passenger, the front side. It's on you. So this one way salon now they push the limits. Okay. And so we need for go take permission. We need for go tell them why or 14th. Uraye. Michael Cook say this now the conversation with the driver and the officer. The offense na 400,000 you for pay. But I go just make am for you 200,000. But you go knock me the one block. Make I buy beer. Say what you go do? Okay, officer. So it cost you 300,000 instead of 400,000. Not a scenario where Michael Cooker just give you. Dave Ketty they ask, how you go know how much tickets were issued by the wards, by the traffic cop them? Okay, how much tickets then give the traffic ward in them, and if at the end of the day then they account for them. He said a potol na indom boss for the road safety cops them. He say because courts not they will go find you guilty, then you pay. But them are on the spot. Now police officer they can't gentry. Hey. But last and I say poor driver them or the apprentice them, where they struggle for put food na the table, let alone get good clothes for wear. Oh yeah. You say when they ask you why you go jail, you go tell the person say, now because I not be dressed fine. Now I make they arrest me. God help Sierra Leone. Let's look out who's friend. Let we get in summary for the week. Welcome on board, who's friend. You get the platform, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Triple A. Thanks very much for giving me the platform, and thanks to all the listeners and viewers. And thanks for the effort we always do for bring out all these reports and able analyze and know we will for decide what thing we all might take. Looking at the issues that we don't pass now, the events them and things that we don't go relate to Salon, they quite bokurally. But what they try for see now, most of the events there, you see, the severe blind, they come up yonder, you see, road transport authority, then they come yonder, you see the leaders and they go on a certain occasion, the events and they give speech, and then they talk yonder. But this, the waiting actually they see, they look at waiting this the political science where they play. I will use this word when they talk about the design, what in the design, the metaphoric statements. Now, when they try to give a kind of a style or something where it relates, or when they try to give a figure or explain something, say this is figure like this. And during that time, they try to explain, or the individual they try to pass a message, they allocate them in different forms. So when they see the grammar and the way wouldn't they try to put that figure of speech there, wouldn't they talk? Because most of the time, the way they talk, now figurative sometimes, most of the politics these days, then they try for put. And then they try for see that metaphoric way than they do. But when the government, they try for look, say, now a way sometimes, some of them will say, okay, is it a way for manipulate or do pass a message? Then you get the side of the civilians, you get other individuals, and wouldn't they get the initiative, the individual ideas, how then were go able to come with the ideas and wouldn't they bring in their own statements. But when you look at what they bring about the metaphoric statements, they wouldn't they give character to certain individuals, then they look at them, some they relate, they get the executive ones, you get the one they would relate to laws and legislation, that if they want for pass a law, whose speech people can't talk, you get the perception of the CSO, you get the perception of the judiciary, the politician, the government, all the one, and they get the other one when something like for elections. And the one for election, are they most times they can get another pattern where they create, they would say a character and assassination. So most of the politicians that time they can do what's in a character assassination so that they will able for win their own way for win the election. Then they can get the other one of the dark way where they say dark horse. Is that particular one for election where you be say something, you know, go know what's in the talk, all them try for say no more. This wire now one way not deserve this or now all deserve this. They can get when they can get a landslide victory. What's then they can't tell me back which type of speech would they need it, but most time are metaphoric speech them. They can get back the other one where they relate to issues. When you already relate to issue, now you go able to relate, say, like issues of what is the blind they try to respond to the government, I mean to the convention where PC they do. You get some other issues like what in SLRSA they try for address, or you get the issue of the education where the government they try for address, then they talk about certain metaphoric statements in terms of what they say, statistical connotation. In other words, they like take first the speech of the president. You don't tell we say $500 and they save for a child for a year. So you become what they call a kind of statistics now. That they connote and they try to put and say, would they put a leverage? So the word would not leverage for some thing then will become equal. Then they try to put them in another way, where sometimes it creates a doubt to the individuals. Now they get the type of people I explain. The one they will get that elastic life. They become different way for look at things. The one they say then they don't they get issues that when they come to them, then they come to them. They don't can get way for solve them. Some then can able to solve them. They say then get a different way for react. But the one that where they chin up most of the time, not the time so boku where they say we would they resist the force, would they release the pull out, the pull in, so that we wait for Tinana, then they come out. You see, like a CSOs, the other people are already public. They say, oh, we don't question this tier, not to $500 each, 500. So you get an interpretation. So you get the government in on side, we get the one that will get small sense when they try now for work on the two type of people with vulnerable, some easy for understand. See, we try for tell una this message. So we interpret and to una. How we interpret and to una and I wrong thing this. So you see say they get few them when they take that moment did the message. But sometimes because the way the message they come to them back, then they say, oh well no, we begin to cause problem or they begin they go na official media or we begin to reflect a different way. But it becomes now a kind of a drawback, but all they stem up from the speech what they don't give. So you create say the one when I see CSO, the one who will get sense for say, for the people them, and they can't tell the people them, the small one that will believe me, then will follow me, the one that will not believe me now, will then go to the government decide and take them. So you begin to create a division. You go see an example to the woman the way you been talk about when you been get a thing, a clip where you don't go do they talk to the camera. The woman in the market, what's like this short period because of event and talk them, and they don't talk this, and they don't talk this. So you feel like say the one group they go say, oh now this is the then you see the split among those group, then begin to get tension among them. But it only come out from waiting the people and they try to get an information within the pass. When they avoid the kind of metaphoric statement, when they able for you get those good metaphoric statements, and the one that when are the good central metaphors where they say they can't tell you, I explain to you, then as you know, you don't even need for explain too much because I already don't feel them. Are able to walk the math in me. Are able to see how things they go. But if they see problem from economic problem, who don't they for years, you they try for can solve them, and then you try for say you get the political area where they struggle for the power. What you get for can try for they bring political ideas in the kind of a practice. And when you they play them while in that critical role, the process what you they always carry now the language you they always try for get a political action and a political language. So now they try for say you deviate from you contract as a politician for let you go able for do your social duties to the public. And then the confusion can always they build up. When the social duty you perform, you go realize the speech not get for calm too much. You not get for worry about metaphoric statements. You only get for focus now on waiting. You they continue for the sustain those developments. And when you can like an area where like the blind in his speech where you go see a lot of metaphoric statements. He give metaphor say, oh the mentor like, become a munku. He talk about then a blockbuster movie. That metaphoric he put the idea of saying a movie to the idea of the thing. But you go look at from this different perception for say, well, if there is a development in terms of peace, tranquility, let people and get forget one word and try to go before, you will begin to look say, well, this it come from a resentment or it come from a fact. And when you get you build you speech based on a faction idea, we're not to based on facts. In the faction because of your resentment when you get sometimes you will find out in the faction they create another faction where they create all that thing they are this is people will grab then we're able to follow the one that will go understand say we follow the blind idea the one that will still go follow this. But when you come to when you look at the natural world, you go able for say certain speech they get for follow up again you ask a question behind the speech there instead of you go grab for let you go cartoon you leader or for let you go derogate them for let you go give them a kind of bad caricature and then you go able to appear bad on the public because when you do anything there that they draw me to the area where they say the respect where salon Africans they get forget for let you be mentioned about for let that is UN security for let them go achieve now we get for try get respect now we get for try build with democracy now we get for try know the fact waiting at the citizens the initiative would then get. But when the citizens get initiative
Now, in the one way you go able for take. But when you get an initiative, you as an individual politician, you can't get an initiative because when you talk of initiative, now individual idea where they try for enact, they try for bring the law. So, but now the civilians they always get for an initiative where they say like an initiative law will get government there for take measures for let them go change laws or for let them go move a kind of a legislation, then they adopt and to practice. But when the people the politician and the tribe will say we are having the initiative, like then they find out see then they always bring that metaphoric idea where they try for bring confusion wey not to sometimes not to one way that fundamental one way you go talk say this na good central one where you be say we talk something it will progress all that they try for do na for defeat the opponent. Because when you look at when you talk of somebody in a village, you talk about Munko, you will look at what it mean. In other words, I go try for say, well, when you talk of a village, you talk about a traditional way for belief. And in then they try for say this now pagan. Pagan, when you look at a pagan means you practice the traditional way. You practice for go worship na the tree. You worship the sea, the river. So that's a traditional way. So they try for talk of metaphors the way they always confuse you. Because when you say grab tomorrow, I go say, well, I go look about it. Means we can't begin to argue. So you begin to bring extension of ideas, the civilians then they always they get that pressure, they buck. So then they resist, so they're not able to resist. So they create that tension, but all that they try for say most time, let the politicians and look how they go able to address things them so that they go able to look to citizens their own way when they try for say that this we want. Because when SLRSA back example then can tell me this, they just say that initiative where they for say that communication way they within the SLRSA what they are able to communicate among themselves for can't give we the external one where they can't give go hearing what they say and understand. Because among themselves, they sit down and decide. Because even the price whatever they talk about, I missed one last week. The price when they talk about say that 400,000 leones, they say it equate to that same day the $100. So then they even consider. So when their friends say even this time when they know they come out playing show, when they try for show, that might be again another thing where they have to come add again. Say, well, now we don't look to the price of the dollar not at this price, and that's in $100 to the 400,000. So you go once then go add now to the 400,000, but it all comes to communication. Try for put the citizens into the right way so that things are able to come through. You see some leaders in the goal, like when they go at this UN, you look like an idea when they try for talk about now. Say the only one who say bring that idea in the president of Nigeria, Buhari, even though he not go too much into that, I don't know his own behavior of a democracy, but because of the speech where he give concerning the timeline, let him consider African Union and United Nations help them for the timeline of leaders, because this they cause chaos. In on name, but you go recollect, say, two things don't happen recently. You go look about Guinea, see, now because of time span where people are not able for advice, people and they believe the politicians and they use metaphor say you na corrupt person or you na bunko politics. I mean you na kind of you na the mentor of this or you they try for say this. Then you what they count for you go say oh one people, one nation, one idea, unity. This go come, you go say, you chop this, you chop that. So you go begin to say, are they working with that metaphor where they use during the time of campaign? Then one type of metaphor where they use during election time. So you go see, then they translate it in a different way. So or some people then go say, well, then they do them the right way. So, but it's all up to how a politician communicating to we, how then they don't decide things, how then we're able to look at, say, the ideas that we they bring, will not go just bring them. Like I did for talk about waiting the president of Nigeria say. He said, well now, because of this, they cause instability. So when they talk about peace conflict, now they address them thing they are. so I will not go wait something to go to happen. He not go explain things like me, but we look, it talks, let us stop the idea of term. People then go just claim terms here, well, I want to add up the constitution, I change them. Like, we will let the people and get the initiative, now then go reform the process, where then go able to forget that initiative. But you now in an initiative, it's a single process. Because I remember in the very president of Conde, there was a guy called Adama Agiri. This Adama Agiri, a guy from Casablanca, Morocco. Now, a best friend of Aounem, and they do a kind of activist for human rights during those days. Say they all work now the ECOWAS. He advised them, even when this thing can now, he told to us, say, this is what you should do because they were friends. But the man almost fight him in the end. So in the letter we write and was just few weeks before this thing happened. But it turned out to be, say, there is another idea wherein people and they get the idea when they talk, say, then get our relation to issues, then get it out the third real controversy. Then get the other one when that third range controversy idea. Then when you be say somebody they try for bring your idea for let you go able for win. In other words, they talk of like outside groups them. Now they you see say then they call waiting the kind of a government who they call say like a puppet government because these are the design them when they can design the metaphoric way. They can get a figurehead decision during that metaphor, the way they do, then they get back the puppet type of government decision that they bring. Now they say government, they depend, they become manipulated by a foreign power for let you get your interest. Why I bring this here, Guinea? Somebody when a prominent leader, when Tony Blair, we all know him. You believe say Tony Blair was advising Conde. Why? Because of the aluminium. Because he gets a share somehow there. And he not going to listen again to people who they give the idea what if for don't say like this I go do. And you know about Tony Blair again. This even salon he been they do business, he been other things apart for other things. So these are the things where you say that star chamber idea where you see say that government you get a group of people in back where they can possess that they no more secretive for making decision. Now they get now, then windows there where the things there all they happen. But for now we'll be able to achieve them almost of the time. Now we get for CC. We will not want let government become a metaphoric way when they talk to we. We want for let the government then go able for listen to the citizens' ideas, we then go able for bring come, other than una they bring ideas them. Una what they do, una they find out see, una they try for grow something. When they try for grow, una they look after them, but when una they plant them, you they plant them and go. The reason why the difference is this small between planting and growing, because when they plant something like just they go dig if na seed you put on there in a tree, you don't left it, you go. You don't want to know how that thing they grow again. But when it gets in like when they say they grow now you package, you look the type of soil, you look the type of people and where they involve, you look the type of structure when they put on now, they try for change and passing fair to people in life. They try for look on them there, you put them together, you look after them. For let them go calm the way they want. Like how picking they look after and mama they try for look after until he become somebody. Now that one day now the growing process. But when you bring the planting process, now like when they try for say they can't fix something or you're not going for manager and the manager in the grow them so that things go able to go before. And when you get these ideas in politics, you find out say you ideas then they buy them. Then you see say investments they come inside. You see say prosperity they come from what they invest. Or then you get them lucrative ideas. Then when you say not to risk one the way they put you, they get one the way they say this is lucrative and risky. And the one that will lucrative and risky, they avoid them. Because when you avoid them for saying like you can't get them where for like a developed country, because it get risk behind them. So whether or something when a situation they make it grow, say like an example like the iron ore you work cholesterol, a lucrative business, but there were risk behind it. Like the risk will so price go for them or something the partner and go sell. But when you get a lucrative business like you trade agriculture, finished product, cocoa, finished product, to make chocolate, to make this. We'll get the cattle, they make dairy product, we get fruit juice. So those are the areas when are lucrative and there is no risk. So those are the areas they always balance. So you see the development they go. And you see the one what they go, you know, when they get see lab, when they recall things again. All I do now, I go just delete things there now. I no go discard them. And one day we do it wrong, we dey pull them out of if corruption don't make, if the way we procure items, or the way we go talk to the citizens them, or the way we organize structures them, or the way we even make less citizens in life go before. So all that things that you go find out say now you go say they actually delete them. I pull them out of the system. I no go just put them on one side because you look like you discard them no more. And then just they wait for they pick them up back. You know, remove them totally. So those are the ideas we then get for the brain. We then put legislation, they know see will fall around to the core. Now legislation will be say people that you go work with them, nothing will then go able to see them benefit themselves. Not one way will come more people that will come with harsh challenge, they will not say then they, and then harsh challenge then they because of the economy they fall. The agriculture, the health, the education, they try for restaurant. So you know for become very harsh when you can't deliver them back, you get in that cool manner wherein you put structures together, you involve individuals them, you avoid the idea wherein you go get foreign investors them, who then go able to come become like a third party, who then go always dictate because then get the individual ideas. All they try for do maybe in a knowledge the tap day. But when you allow those areas, like they talk about Vietnam, they talk about this, but they see people and they come inside with their own ideas so that they will get a personal benefit. I don't give an example what happened again. This is all the reason why in Guinea. But you don't look into deep for Lagos CC, now then see having happened. The other man they say to the last minute because they deceive and they advise them because they were wanting business because now they go listen to. But then why now when they say because of the military is good, when they talk about this, when they try for top field, they avoid things that will lead way for them will not go to them and they will begin to come back. But when you look at this year back, you will find out there have been failures because look at Mali. Mali, they try to talk about now settlement again. And when they talk about conflict, when they talk about this, the security of guy, if I say Mali, now hotspots, what in I mean, the United Nations form a kind of an organization for them. The United Nations in a multi-dimensional integrated stabilization mission, where I'm going to put today. So that one when they go put there, they try to put out so that they go able to secure themselves because of the UN. UK don't send 300 troops, I think last year, December, November. But the idea is this is still the idea of fixing instead of managing. So they pull out now. 2 days ago, we heard about something happened about shooting and so on. Somali back with the idea because these are the hotspots where they try for talk. Would they get the United, the ECOWAS and the African Union? Then we don't identify them. There is somebody about peace talks who we even get a representative alone. We don't identify them spot there. Say that the leakage they happen because the leakage will not happen. They went the civil war they can alone. The Mali because when you look at the border, you go see Mali. You know they from Chad. You know they from Niger, now they border, the Ivory Coast, Cote d'Ivoire, then Usai link, then just can't end up Usai. Now Liberia, now they the same begin because there is still that sense that point there. So that then they try for work out. So the African Union have to maintain their respect, try for deal with things the way we are for deal with them. Then when I try go able put them things there to the people and now back. But it come to when they address the thing. Or then warlords there like SPLA in Sudan, they done there for years. John Garang, with Nigeria, one of the oldest rebel group in Africa. Yes. So all these kind of things, and they come to the idea wherein we will able to know what we will able for doing a good ideas we do for people and how we will able for develop and how we will able to settle with things that we were able to go before. Thank you very much for giving me the platform. Let God continue for helping us. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, us friend.
Yeah, welcome, yeah.
Yes, sir. That's our us friend in your submission for today. If now first time this for join we, welcome on board, yeah. We took in on Saturdays. I don't lay beaucoup thing wey happen na salon. Maybe something they say where I not talk about. I not able to talk about everything wey happen. Well now you own time for make we hear from you. Unless if you feel to say we don't do well, then in the next 5 minutes we close the line. But for now, you get the opportunity. 232-78990-991. That's now WhatsApp. 232-78990-991. You can call United States or United Kingdom. United States now 1-646-610-3107. Or you can call United Kingdom 44-739-803-0402. Looking at the screen, at the green section, and the numbers then they scroll this so. At the green section, and the numbers then they scroll. Are your opportunity now for call? Okay, till now they decide if now one call. But do ya neighbor? When I see that video, who say that civilian and that police them buckle safe. I think the video from yesterday to now, just in one day, it don't get over 30,000 views. Outside the civilian buckle the policeman. Then posting back then at the video they all say, now for go call police. Who the police waiting at the video? It gets the commenting beaucoup, but everybody gets the eyes here. Some man they say now because the police they don't belittle themselves. Now they make civilian they get mind for buckle police. Some man they say the civilian no respect the crown. Now they make the civilian buckle the police. Well, we dey wait for you from Sierra Leone police concerning this particular one. We dey wait for you from them. Then go tell we waiting happen. Even though the last time we interview media one and Salon police about similar thing like that one, the one lady be the naked, a buckle one policeman. He say he give you a different story. Say the guy go doing work and then the lady strip himself naked, buckle arm, but the lady be there in handcuff. By the end of the day, police began for fire the guy. Police began for fire the policeman. We mean to say, waiting, Salon police been tell we, I look, whatever. There is another video of this young man we all cutlass. Say, whatever it is, they go na State Avenue. The road where they lead to status. They go and Allah walk back with cutlass. Salon. How video the back trend. But we get for land say then be arrest the person. Then be arrest her. Waiting a motive, in go explain now. Because I don't know that they go look for the. Or if now social media attention be want to a get her. Michael Cook say Tripoli, the policeman not get gone. I make it buckle am. You know what? The interaction with police in the United States is totally different to the United Kingdom. Seriously. Police, they left something in your mind. We were in America. Police. I don't care whether you be. Police, you don't left something in your head. We even you come to America, maybe when you go salon, they think otherwise. So saying a salon, I mean, But we go other country like the UK, where I can see how people can they do police now. Now the UK, I say, when I get them nice, when I really get them nice now the UK. Well, I can see how the people and they play with police. America, now think no more, you the thinker. You know do more. You just thinker no more. You know how this story here for end. You know today so I don't see who side in the Jaga police at the UK. Until the police they carry gun, then get the one that will get gun, then get the one that will not get gun. Big. But anyway, I guess we don't try it today. Who saw that one again? I remember something where they escaped me. I remember something. Which one? The red list? Now the red list? Yes. Titi the Guinea and Liberia. They're not in a red list. Oh, I don't remember. Come on, remember Titi de. Kamaremba today ide behind bars. He was granted bail, but he's still there behind bars. Salon judiciary say make you go pull in American passport. Kamaremba say you not get American passport. So now they would. Kamaremba today. Kamaremba dey behind Bamba Kayaka. And say make you go bring in America passport. Yes, call I live on here. You name and no side call from sir.
Hey, Tripoli, Kushe, thank you very much. Thank you to Mr. Husfrey. I think the 91 green will get today. Nobody know I'm called today. I will make the call because I get something for talk.
Yes.
You know, I want to start with APC. Really want to start with APC. God. Africa will not know where it. The party where people and they go and cost the one they hold in a power, saying that they can't go under the helm in 2023. Now they would see some wooden display. Now then we see some wooden how they display. If the people are not able to take care of themselves, how the people are going to take care of 7 million people or 8 million people? APC that they behave so. This just example tell we say Anes by Kroma na a complete dictator. If you don't do the same thing, na put loco. he do an Makeni. He don't can do again a Makeni. If he go tell an Makeni say, would I feel say a big pass the party, then go run your own party. When go give the flag bearership, na Makeni, he tell them a day or two before the announcement, he say tomorrow now they announce the flag bearership. Anybody will cross me path, he go no say me na the president. Well, now he don't do again. He lined guys them. Go ahead. He lined them up. He called them out of the name. He treat them like picking them. Now the thing is all they talk about this guy. He treat them like picking them. Even the former speaker of the house, I don't know if I'm right, I don't know call her Honorable I.B. Bundu, my name. I've been listening then days here. Lambrana have been the interview that guy. Where Lambrana play audio or video audio of Mr. Bundu because in one of the 21-man committee, how the man show in displeasure, in displeased about Annette by Chroma, the way we go behave. Annette by Chroma behave like say he been drunk that day. He behave erratically, like he drunk. Because nobody in the right mind of saying you not a keynote speaker. What is keynote speaker mean? You now either can close everything now, you summarize everything, you make it unique. What he do, he goes sit down there, he call the people them. He make everybody them problem. Say now then why they cause the problem. Everybody cause the problem for APC, but in are the only one who exempt. In be fine, nice, and clear, and not do anything wrong. He call them by name, he line them up, he call them Munku politician, he demoralized the people then. Call them out. That's not the way where you for prove a case. Not the way that the civil bloody right. Now the way that they say oh, they gonna pull Ariobo. What's Ariobo business? What the which way one go prove? Not to wait on the way you as a leader, former leader of a state, go treat you people and one of them people and they, if everything go well according to what then they say, go be the future head of state. You line them up. They tell us now they tell the people and say, when I take the picture of them, then why? Like the corrupt people then why? Bunkulek then why? When I take the picture of them. I want to see that APC person who go really talk say if my neighbor is Guma, he behave well that day. Now look into this money business when they talk about Marabi you spend money, Marabi you spend money. You know, Mr. Self now then this year, I've been the thanks to you. Thank you very much for all the calculation because I've been listening to another show yesterday when they call Weird. I've been arguing with the people and say, okay, you now let God keep you the going. You good. When you get that calculation here or then numbers here from the Ministry of Finance, what do? You sit down, you do your own calculation, you give your own price. What you feel say, one picking the cost. Because Madam Bio don't talk. Now the burden of proof they on we and the so-called opposition party. Now them if I don't do what you do so today. If APC not be smart people, not to party, not to win no more than one can win, for thief back like what they done the thief. Now then, if I do what you do so, let them really undress Marabio. Now then, if I take their number the day, they with all the mathematicians the way they get. Now then, if I take the numbers a day, then divide them just like what you do so, or go na then school year. Where the finance ministry talks say that they then go and then find school year, then bank year, they deposit the money, go ask. You go able get away because Africa, yeah, it's easy for let go ask for records. But you go able find way. If journalists they can find the way for get way, you go able find way where you say go able get a result here or their numbers here or the principal them, let them tell you because we the people me not to me. But the people of Sierra Leone, because if this man they talk say they put 21% of the country budget per education, they go to now before the war, they tell us say each Cumbra they say $500 a year. And people in the talk say that not to true, not lie. Well, that's a serious business. Who side the money they go? Who that then give the money? Now that's the so-called opposition self for take them your way, do them your math, and then some kind of TV and display them just like what they do now. Would they see where Republicans, where Democrats mass their own foot? How Republicans they jump on that? What thing they happen at Fox News? Same thing, MSNBC. If Republicans do something, they say they then self get their own know-how them. Then they put some big one say, when I can look at this man, they lie. Now that APC before do now, let them say not to just go sit on the money there, small WhatsApp with a call. They lie like that. What do you do so now? Them before do now, display them. So what do they tell us? Say this man lie. Well, we'll not just say the man lie. Look the numbers and where then give we. Look, we all number them now. Now that they lie. Now they before see how then they get the credibility, but they don't know all that. All what they know now for let the dictator drag the carry and go in one small room, he call them out of the name, then they come back with dance. So me not see, but you're right. You know, you did the right thing, the way you break them down. Because Mr. Self yesterday I talked to, boy, this guy no go lie. Because we know education not cheap. How much did they pay for them picking? Because still they say they need to get free books, free uniform, they need to get free socks. Because I don't know what they promise them. But then they talk, say then they give them books them. I don't know which books them, whether an exercise book or notebook. I don't know which books then they give them. Books them when they give them, but then say then they give them books. You know. So when you don't do this calculation, $5 million to 500,000 to 50,000, or 5 million leos to 50,000 leos, 5 million leos to 60,000 leos, 5 million leos to 10,000 leos. That's a huge gap. Mara be able to tell we who side the balance money go. Because you not go tonight and I tell people and say, them are me they save 5 million leos a year. You don't can make calculation, not 10,000 leos. When a $1. But you tell them people say they say $500. You can make calculation now $1. From $1 to $500, that's a big gap.
Yeah, but this one na first term also na by term. So let's say 3 term. So each na 3 term.
Okay, let's say na 3 term. The one that will be the save the 10,000, then na 30,000. Then
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
The one that they save the 50,000, then na 150,000. Then they save.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's about $15. You know, the 150,000 euros, that's about $15 roughly, compared to $500.
Yeah.
That's a big difference. Now, in this opposition for do, what do you do? So now, me for be their own job now. Let them display. Let us see why this guy, who side this money to go? What else did they do with this money? Because the money when them people, and SSF, they emphasize on that. Then they talk all the time, say, then they put money for education. Who side the money to go? Thank you very much, my brother. And I don't know.
Thank you very much, Umar. Yes, caller, you live on air. Your name and who side you call from, please.
Yeah, it's not Mike. I call from Philadelphia.
Yes, Mike. You get 5 minutes. Which thing you get for me?
Yeah, I just want to highlight something, right, and ask a question. Leadway is still operating a salon, right? Leadway company. Leadway, the timber company, the timber. But there still is they take timber
Yes,
come on a
yes.
salon, right? All right. So what the president talk about climate change and environment business, you just be the member, but the deforestation where they happen at salon. What he don't do but that day. Now that mean just be the member, you know. All them take the one and the cut soon at salon. What he don't do but that way they can't talk for climate change now. You know? Absolutely nothing. Even the money where they make from that day, nobody no benefit from that day. Now, my brother na Eli, Umar. Umar funny, man. Umar funny. So now the opposition, I can't tell people they're waiting for do. The people are not listen to nobody. If you say this administration, they listen to anybody, they don't listen to nobody. I don't care what you talk, they need to listen. Yeah? And they say they lie for themselves. Now they say for come back tell the people in the truth. All right? How much they spend and for tell the people but they know they do that and they no transparency, nothing that they happen at this administration. So my brother, no RTA, man. No RTA for that. Yeah. This administration, let them try no more thing. With this free education, I see I see you post something about 52.5 billion euros, right? So then for just the first term,
First time, yeah.
first term.
Mm-hmm.
So they go for pay for 3 times.
Yeah.
Them people are, man. Them people are. Me, I don't understand what in the part. Me, it better let them just come out and just confess to the salon people and say this free education. Oh, say they give now. We're not able to do it. We're not able, yeah, because the quality for the education not there. It's not absolutely there. You know, if you dey pay school fee, you dey pay school fee for the pikin there. What else? What happened to the other thing they we don't promise them? They're not going to get that one day. I mean, you better let them for just pull their hand for this free education and then focus by the medical side of the country. Because look, Connaught Hospital, look Cottage Hospital, look all the hospitals in the country. Why they not focus on that? Then they much better with the health, with the picking of health and the people of health in the country, and then they focus on free education when they're not able do nothing by the free education. Beginning in that school, and they want to not even get benched there for Sidon Park. And then people they think how they go move this country forward. The priority they want for you put forward, then they put forward. The money want for spend and things they want for spend, and then they do they go buy SUV them for chief there and other people there. All the money I don't use them for the medical thing in the country. Look the situation of Connaught and Cottage. Then people they think twice, man. They don't think twice at all. And another thing I want to ask is this COVID. I don't say we get money from Dandy, and we lock down for the second wave. We actually cripple the economy. The lockdown in the coffee. But what are the death rate what we get from this second wave? How much people then die from that? What cause this lockdown and this curfew? What they benefit from all this lockdown and this curfew? Because they destroy the economy. How much people then die from the second wave? Where they all of a sudden they just kind of open everything up now the country. You know, the second wave done. They may they open up. Or the economy don't crumble down, or not they get money again from international partners. I mean they open. That is administration and need for be transparent to people and talk to the people and let we know what they go on. You know? They know what they go on. Not about just take per diem no more travel, go yonder. We need for know what they go on. You know, now we vote for the people in the salon vote for now. And I need for to explain to them what they go on. Man, people, I mean, as soon as we election take just and I tell you, run after saloon people and like say saloon people are important. As soon as they vote there in, they don't forget to vote now. Look, cement and rice right now. Look the price of cement and rice. And then people, let them wake up, man. Let them wake up, you know. I'm your contribution on you, bro.
Thank you very much, Mike.
All right.
Yes, caller, they live on here. You name and who the call from, please.
Yeah, Triple A, Mina Francis. I call from Minnesota.
You get 5 minutes, Francis.
Yeah, I want to tell you thank you for where you bring all the bullet points there about things the way they happen Salon and America here with the presidents, and thank you for all of that. You know, first like we talk about waiting I talk about then these you know, like we for whole Madabu and the Minister of Education, you know, responsible for can give we analysis about the money we then they spend, but the education way the amount to $500 way they picking and they save, you know, then with that explanation, like I talked that then 2 days there, and I'm glad the way you don't begin to dig into that because Waiting that get for do. If na mistake, serve them mistake. Tomorrow when they go the count figure, then go think twice. Then go say, people them smart these days. Then they follow up, then they challenge you on one or two things. That's not just for Mother BO and a Minister of Education or whatever. That they serve as a deterrent to other ministry or other people then. That's not just one. To Ernest by Krumah with in convention and in Munku talk where they talk about certain people then, I am disappointed in Ernest from day one. Where he go vote, where Umaru Fufana be interview and say when they left the party in chairmanship or whatever, they resign. He say after 3 months. 3 months now, 3 years don't pass. 4 years to go. So would I really na the Munku? I don't know na info explain. Then it call Alpha Kande and others then say then na Munku then are they responsible for the problem at the party. How? Alpha Kande and others then they don't lawyer to Ernest all these 11 years. No problem. And the Alpha Kande call himself all the apprentices. No problem, no day. Ernest, you don't serve you a term, 2 terms. You don't done. You know to nothing at that party again, technically. You for just hand over. But it don't extend in time back. Mind you, it don't do another party as chairman over 20 years. Before he turned president, he was the boss. And he turned president, the boss after the 30 days. So where be the talk? If not to them people then if not to them, nobody else. Well, now in the really problem, where after if not to him, nobody else. That's just what it don't show. And how Sierra Leoneans then, how the young people then go grow. Typical African man politics. Because he don't lost everything. Imagine, he go put himself in a prison in Makeni. And the shame than the way they felt. Because imagine that kind of house the way and build na Freeton, Femitona in house, a turn and palace or mansion. All that thing in the day, it go lead on a Makeni. If you feel say na it be in plan na God na Indo and I answer so with prayers. Where it go lead on a Makeni. Yanda not to be in plan. Yanda na for we just go weekend no more. A main plan na then palace the way it build na Freeton. But God answer with prayer. Then as a leader, if you be really mean business, now if I don't call them people, then they inside house first and talk to them. Now big man, they responsible people, they don't work for them. Not to unless one day be win election. Now the people then they be work for and we make a win. Alpha can then they be go na radio, they turn black to white. Then they go pay them, they tell and say na Munku politicians. All these years. So that was just embarrassing. We come back to severe blighting, and in politics, you look at your stake, waiting at your stake, waiting at your voting block, where they move it. Now that they make them treat you with seriousness. If all this noise with severe blighting they make really, you don't really understand politics from day one. Now that noise no more, then get woko. Now first they go first day. They hear on a Google show, not also politics day. You don't go ever succeed. Always get issues with people, fight this, fight that. Down to Sam Sumana, I be better. The talk with them be the fire Sam Sumana. Now, it affects the same and next way it be the battle for fire Sam Sumana. Not to hack it. At the end of the day, severe the fight with everybody and not to so politics day. You get for calm down, like where they lie on the lead-on, and they wait for him the lead-on, he get what he wants. But that noise they always severe don't make from day one to the wait till don't achieve. Nothing. They make noise by honesty, where honest get small work, it take out speed. They in an office, they post, they this, that. How they go get respect for you? The noise na inboku pass all waiting it can do waiting there. So we retire with that. If it really get political block, vote. Therefore don't treat her with seriousness. But they don't wear and they don't assess her. They don't know say na woman will get bubusu. Now make them the Twitter so. Not to today don't begin right but honest. If you don't begin right but honest, they put online head, blah blah, all that they don't pass. If you say we don't forget. We're not interested in that thing, at the end of the day, say now I already now with sense, politics not to a book no more. Now sense it needs strategy. So at the end of the day, if really unless we want left that party there, if we want really left for remote people there, from day one, if we don't pull hand, then he left the other one then he give them chance. But we no one give the other one then chance. Now he make it a remote then to the point that he go cause they say then amunku. So now the price dandy. And dandy na bad leadership for we country, for other political party there. Well, Tijan Kaba, we don't rule our country, the SCP. We don't. He was in hand. He come on, go sit on Safu. Waiting again, Anes wants by APC. At the end of the day, the one day will be the clap for one other convention. Now, the other one, they no more, we don't know will challenge her. Because if the party abandon her, now that's the for we don't do the abandon her. They don't get nothing for do. But now we level of education in that country there. Again, you be talk about the SLRA guy then where they go put them nonsense laws then the boku laws then for fine people there. Well, now you they go determine how person dress fine or how person not dress fine. Now you they go determine who person in your motuka. At the end of the day, then consult people. Then would then consult for draw all them laws then because not to the laws they matter, but the one day we get for interpret the laws or enforce the laws then. But then the problem get for them because they then the way they don't recruit very illiterate guys there. Now they get for more people there. They feel saying good people then they do people there. Now embarrassment no more than the creates. At the end of the day, then traffic will be there or whatever. They know one they do good in other countries. They are just working for themselves. People they know the houses then where they don't build for the past years. And then lawyer who they don't put in place back. Now for just strengthening that. So at the end of the day, saloon are just a cycle no more. We just we go around or whatever. We go around each other no more. So I don't want to take too much time. If really, and let's be serious with that convention day, if we go talk as a statement and try to bring everybody together. At the end of the day, I'm glad the way you serve the challenge, the one the way pay that money the way they say na $500 then they save. Let they challenge them. And I beg let's say other people themselves go begin to challenge them. Some of we would sympathize with SLPP, but not mean say we they condone bad. At the end of the day, now one great salon we get. We salon better, we all better. And when we party do bad, or where the leader form, or whether we they point her out, we're not related to them. The gentry, who they pass in the street, they not sabi safe. So we know they have to hate for them. If I support you, no means I'm not going to criticize you. And then not the problem with salon. When you support somebody party, when they do bad stuff, you they hide and you they cover. No. It's like my conscience self being prosperity go judge me. So now that attitude they really I want we encourage Sierra Leoneans. No, we not put party before we country. No, we put we country first. Party now just name no more. The day where you not red green or where you not red, you're not a party member. Nobody know who can begin to force you. So I beg. I tell you plenty thank you. May God bless you.
Thank you very much, Francis.
Yep.
Yeah. The phone line don't close. We get 2 calls for return. If you do not call we say we will call you back, yeah? But the phone line don't close. The phone line don't close. Yes, caller ID live on air. You name and who the call from, please.
Triple A, this now John Cisse.
Yes, John, you get 5 minutes, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. This is not my second time where I call. The first time where I've been called, I've been doing my job. I'm not able to talk that much. First of all, I give for thank you so much for your work where you do. You do very wonderful work. You do go on YouTube, you do make with the see we country, with the see the good parts and the bad side. But me concern this educational thing where they go on at this country, this free education, it bother me. Because I get me there, my wife then there, we sister in the corner every day, then they ask for school fee. So that they make me the question, what's this free education? Is it free? Because if then they call we were then for that we help for paid and picking and school fee, then I don't know. If really the free education, if not true, if it exists, I don't know. Recently, now I get call from my sister. Now they call me now. Or in Peking, it can go. It don't pass Becker, but where it go, they say they get for pay certain. Oh man, about 2 million for something. I said, but wait a minute. Then we don't tell we say free education day. Why we forgo pay back 2 million? So this they bother me. So I
On a
don't know what
private
they go on.
school or a government school?
In a government school.
Okay.
So I don't know what they go on. If really this free education, if it exists or not, or just like the other callers them and don't they emphasize their own disgruntlement about waiting they go on at that country day, you know? So it make me a concern. So now that make a call for I know, because you don't, I know say you don't they. I they follow you, I they see you videos then where you go on at different sites and different places then. So do you everywhere? If really this free education they go on, now we know. So that we were there, where they help with people then back there, now we get an understanding. So now my own contribution then.
All right. Thank you very much, John.
All right.
Yeah. Free education. Oh, free education. Free education deal. A day. Free quality education. The free education day anyway. Look out to last caller. Yes, caller, you live on air. Your name and also the call from, please.
Oh, my name is Safi, call from Tennessee.
You get 5 minutes, Safi.
It's a free education deal. Go put me by one no. I did do part. Thank you very much for your contribution to each Sierra Leonean life. May God continue to protect you. We Sierra Leonean, let me start by the convention of waiting and escort Maduna McKinney. Triple A, if you travel to another man country, not the United States, I'm talking about the surrounding, like Africa, whatsoever. If you not possible the reason, if you not possible the think, if you not person who ready for growth, you take Sierra Leone and put on to another man country movement. It's quite different. The problem we will get, the sickness we will get na Sierra Leone, number one, is lobbying. We like for lobby too much, Sierra Leone man. I dey talk this, I don't see him, another man country will wall meet up, where this they try for grow, this they try for mass and for let go down. I don't see an Guinea. That time I dey around 19 to 20 years old. I don't see an Guinea. If this guy get the bold mind and a Skurma get the bold mind for making pile up those people and tell the population who they are. It look like a society where they inside society with a company. All man know a movement, all man know you perseverance, you know what he like, you know what he hates, you know what they talk about the big one, they know what they talk about it. So he know exactly what he did. I know they support him, Papa God. But Salomon was somebody did before him. The kind lobby was Salomon the lobby. He be president, or he be minister, or he be vice president, he be Wuda. Salomon the lobbyings, now you know the care we go before. Where this na me boss, I for be a dictator to the next person for let me boss like me. Where that disgrace they come, they disgrace publicly. If you stand by yourself, say yes, I know it's my president, but I go do am on my own way. I don't think that man they go stop anybody. Like what would they talk like? What thing they go on at the country? Yes, you know, say the man who then at the chair, in a warrior, in a whosoever I go think about calling him when he points finger, you finger ready for be caught, which is very good for him. We know that day. But if he thinks then they go, there's nobody will stand and say the truth. Nobody will come out and say the truth. Nobody not ready to fight for nobody. Everybody just they try for Inyon. Do you think the nation will go before? How the nation will not go before? It will be disgrace among everybody. So tomorrow, me are glad you waiting and Eskuroma do. So tomorrow they learn for standing independent. Then they learn for do things right. Then they learn for do things right. This is what the man do are really happy. And what he talk, he mean him. And what he talk, he go be true because now they inside the, would have been they can't talk and they can't talk. They go down and they can't talk. They go this, they take this gear and he talk, he go. Then he make it do him. That man not crazy. That man not crazy. I'm not sabi, but not crazy for do that. But he won't do that for let me you to know what is going on. Let me forget about that side. Let me come to the SLRSA, talk about them, about those policy they are putting on. Where they set a blow for fight somebody. Not put all his strength on that point. Maybe he go miss the person, he go bought tree or he bought concrete. Why I say that on AAA? First of all, before I go impose a law to somebody, I go don't build a foundation that if you broke this foundation, I would only responsibility. Why I say that? There is stop signs to build, there is lights to build, street lights to build, there is road construction, there is bridge to fix, there is street lights to fix. Okay? If you want to bring a law na your house, not overnight, build the law a year before you get for impose your law. Okay, would they build this bridge? This bridge would they build so any driver will pass na we pull roll na you go make sure you fix them. You build that bridge. Would they camp in this sign? There's a stop sign here. This stop sign here would they be any driver will pass na you not stop. We go only responsible. There would they make so this law. If you drive, so drive. Let the message go for a month, 2, 3. People then they hear it from the radios. People then they hear it from the TV. If this law pass, people then go say, oh, they be no they talk more. You know be hearing. Yeah, when they build that bridge, you be hearing what they be they talk. Yeah, they be they talk more. If you know, let people then learn first before you bring the exam at the table. But you cannot give me exam without class. How do I'm going to pass? What question are you going to bring to the table for me to answer? When I didn't like, man, AAA is something going on. Let me left that party, don't. Let me come to the education side. The education side, now me na ya way that man mentioned about education because I know we sadly don't work kanaya. The time where the year they were don't waste for going to school. If I be don't go to school, I don't get with her. They get what can I just the roll na the floor for la do with her. Where that man mention about free education. The glad you are glad. But one thing I know is the day when this government overcome them become the position right now. One thing was say, then they begin to give news. Me not supposed to now you force man will put me online for talk or for call for contribute because you are open educator. You are somebody where they open somebody mind. You not supposed to teach person. You not supposed to person they follow you, they listen to you, they learn from you. From where I not go on WhatsApp group or whatsoever, but your program, let everybody listen to it. If they talk, if they laugh, but if they hit the point, then what people they want to hear. And let this government don't forget to say, the wall is open. There's nothing to hide anymore. You say something a minute, a second, if they go now the year. The person where they write the speech for this president, Mr. President, this man want destroy you, or this lady want destroy you, or this person you believe want destroy you. Let the president learn that. The day he begin to give speech, I begin to scratch my head. I say, no, me not a high educated person, no. But me common sense, I go able process and put on the system. The system work automatically. Whether the educated people let them fail for do. Where you get dog na you ose. No eat the meat, he swallow the bones. One day the dog go back on you. Means that if you dey control population, get a good manner to talk. It's not your it's not your means, but that's your responsibility as a leader, as a father, as a mother. You get for bring you children, you go get stubborn child na you host. But your responsibility is to be a well responsible, soft speaking, very educative. Bring your child. What they do so are not like that. They poison me heart. They kill me. Why comrade they say Pikin they kill me? Not to say Pikin they take knife, they choke, but the attitude say if in that country, Paul, would then they say Madabi, anything where they go this on, they say, but now you would they blame Madabi because your promises, it be more Sidonaya, it puts gladness per way today, all man just they sink. You get one man waiting at the internet where they call say, if you see this country, that power word. That power word where them people are they use. We not the SL people, me not to APC, me not to SLP, but while they wanna withdraw this word of power. If they give una bad luck. That power word, I don't want to use them. Power, this go back. If they threaten somebody, if they threaten the people. Papa word, if you not do them, whether you get killed, whether you get prosecuted, whether you be in jail, whether you be, it's a word that a leader not supposed for use. Matter be if somebody not tell you this word today, me they tell you this word. I want make you withdraw and you book. Power, this will happen. It's a bad luck word to any leader. I cannot be vote for you. It's a power, I should do this. If I don't, whether I will be prosecuted or killed. So the education side is like what that man talker, Mr. Umar talk and say, APC support for do this support. But look what it's going on right now in the country. When you talk, you are threat to the president. You are threat to the government. I want people to think this very keenly. Not APC support for do this. Triple A, that is responsibility. Safi, na me responsibility. Mr. Umaru, that is responsibility. The other people now will responsibility for make this all they talk. So we will not say they take them like say this not get for happen, but tomorrow get for can at table. Where everybody they give account. Everybody they give account. But I want this government find a place that they have for me they encourage the people. Salon, may they fed their heart for encourage the people, for talk to, even if they lie to them, let them lie to the people with smiling faces. But not lie to me, the point, if you not do this, I go do you this. If you push the dog too much, you the owner, he will turn and bite your face. That's my contribution today. Thank you very much, Repo. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Sophie.
Okay.
Sophie, our last caller. It's Saturday. You know how it goes. Before the calls then we begin, I will talk about Kamarimba. I say, today, Kamarimba de behind bars. Then say, Kamarimba get America passport. The lawyer say, Kamarimba no get. And did you go this? And did you go the paso? Wait till today, did he? Who to establish say he get or he not get? Remember the time when they say he also been born at the provinces. And say whatever travel document he be born day. So now only one passport, on a salon passport, and new passport now he get. The lawyer then say, no get. The judiciary say, well, he get, make he pull am. They say that they try for the lawyer they don't challenge. So still the wait till we see how that one they go end. Waiting again. Today, I think say the one they only cry for the league. Now I don't save because it don't look like say chairman available. Eh? I don't think say chairman available. So Chelsea chairman certain because Liverpool certain I make it available. But let's see. Because they say Liverpool self today well in that Timo then for beat then draw. I'll go through some. Next week you go can't tell we. Also, because I think Leicester City then draw 2-2. Everton beat Norwich 2-0. Brentford and Liverpool draw 3-3. West Ham beat Leeds United. Newcastle and Watford then draw. Which Chelsea ba? Man City and Chelsea. Man City give Chelsea 1-0. Hey. Okay. Let's see. That's Arsenal. I think they're not tomorrow and get game. I don't know. I just ask. Alright. We'll go fair notes. But anyway, we can't live here. We don't try. Nayana Salon. Okay, Sam will literally mean that. The free quality education, to be candid, we remember we I tell us I blow per Chelsea. My United self lost. For all the 6-pack Cristiano Ronaldo. Alright. Some creating an Ika. The foul. Anyway, next week na Okro and Kasara Leaf na denge for meet up na. We'll go find out. The free quality education though. Remember say when school for open, Antigua Option pull press release, they want the school authorities them for the amount when they charge people them. If you day salon, somebody come ask you for lunch for something, you tell and say, bo, I like you know this salon self. So I made the free education day now. Now back talk then they give you. That's not the reality now they go on. For say no day, no it day. But well, that side ain't long. The but it do. But if you want to say it's been sabotaged by waiting, even the system. Even the school authorities. Even to not like that. Wait. Next time. Now, until yesterday, we to deal with. I don't know the yesterday. Una miso. we deal with beaucoup pikin agency. Because it's like outside the entire cow na they eat, now still they happen in salon. No matter what, no matter which administration, outside the entire cow na they eat, it's still happening. And so we need for can break that one day down next. On we Friday program them. Eric George Canlet, he asks who that win. Well, Eric George, I don't know that if I be vote for cassava leaf and boiled soup, na cassava leaf na win. Cassava leaf the face okra soup next week. Not get for funny self now. Let me left all thing today. This also will not touch. Hey, explore with Tripoli. You see me? Why go central? You watch explore with Tripoli. Go central. We make Untu. I don't know say a lot of people don't sabi Untu. Untu na mostly Guinean, but Salon Bakadon adopt Untu. Because now they explore with Tripoli channel, I see a lot of people they say, oh, they're not sabi Untu. They're not like really. Untu. Well anyway, Untu I don't see how for make them. But now from Guinea origin, where we Sierra Leoneans then don't adopt. Then I show you the video from Waterloo. From the neck of Mion Woods to Upgun. Like say no to me can call the areas them people and vex by the video. So it's people, you know they show landmark, you know to me blank call. Eh oui. Okay, I don't hear you. Eh? Not forget to. Yeah? Explore it to people lady. You see what happen at Kobe, the fire? Inside one day, then get fire 2 things. And so over 50 houses then at them born day. Me, I'm not glad for all the hosts and the born or if you see na the perfect thing and they for government for the relocate there. Like what thing be happen na Mabela. Or they not pull them day. Big feel line be left na Mabela. But I say election they can't just I made them say they no want for make person the tinty motoka. They want to see that inside. It's not going for this republic. Alright. You see cassava leaf na champion. If can creature go drega you go ask if na cassava leaf na ndi. Left is so crow first. Left a big. Because the thing that happen at the big yard, let's just left there. Eh? Anyway, enjoy the rest of your day, your night, your morning, your weekend. And we go there back on Monday with another episode of we one and only beloved Mama Salon. Yeah? Till we meet again, Triple SA. Ta-ta.